The Pillar of Ascendancy doing a little bit of detection, spotting work with its track-correlated spyglass. What is this voxel, dude? Track correlators, spyglass. Yeah, it's quad TC spyglass. 2 reactors, 1 big whip for electricity. Yeah, and one of the track correlators instantly gets shot out. And this thing is going to die painfully here very shortly. Hey, we're here on Gold Rush. Wow, we were just here earlier. Wild. It's crazy. Actual shoutcasting. Yeah, you gotta get a bullhorn. 1AS Team 2 OSP. We're doing the tournament. All hands on deck. We've got Carrier Me to Victory versus the Guild. Team 1, Carrier Me to Victory. Dr. Blade Steel, Notes, Davenid, and Goose. Team 2, the Guild. Star, 1954, Potato Master, Miscellaneous, and Secret Mink. It's been quite a while since I've seen Misk or Mink play. I am not sure what to expect out of either of them. Most everybody else in this lobby, except for Goose and Notes, are Neb regulars whom I see out and about and recognize the playstyle of. Should be, oh yeah, we've got classic Duncan Idaho here. There are a few people who use that name for their builds, but I imagine it's going to be pretty tug heavy. On Gold Rush, of course, and we're dropping down. Dropping down with the ANS team. Jams down just a little bit there. And their default ass paint scheme. I love it. The Broke Bold. Police Frig. Supported with the other half of the Police Frig. Double Auroras, an SDM box, and a VLS1. It's Dr. Blade Steel. Got another pair. Police Frig pairing. And has 3, presumably Torp gun sprinters, yeah, scattered out across the map. Got Goose, double Axfords, 450s on the front, flak all around. Well, no, just 2 rebounds actually? That's strange. Got 2 rebounds in the cheek slots. Mark 62s on the sides. Notes with a Yub fleet. All named Chorus, all with S3H. This is some primal Yub action here. I look forward to watching that. And then Davenid closing us out on the ANS team with 1 Greedford. It's 450s and 120s and almost no hard kill. And 1 Sarissa PD Voxel Monstrosity. Okay. That is a decision that you can make. Benetilex Workshop. What we got in here? Kudis. Kudis from the Journeyman and a handful of skiffs. Supported with Tugs. Duncan Idaho's. 2 MMTs. 2 Gun Tugs, which is interesting. I guess he had to cheap out a little bit on those. And 2 mining shuttles and 1 nearly naked capping shuttle. 2 nearly naked capping shuttles being thrown on points as we speak. We got Potato Master as well with 2 C65 bulk freighters, some T20s, and pads on the back. It's also going to be able to afford 1 LRT Tug. Mink's got a Journeyman as well. Barracudas and Pikes. Don't think he's going to be 6 pooling. It's unfortunate. But you never know. He's also got a pair of 450 bulkers. And this team is loaded for bar. Those long-range fights. They are a little lacking in the anti-hybrid point defense. Even Star not fully committing to the Aurora spam on his double 450 Acellos. So these are going to be at risk a little bit from Yub. But we haven't seen anything fired off just yet from either team. In fact, both teams looking to get kind of a slow start here. One single missile finally launched at the Delta point. It looks like, yeah, neither team really storming out to the map very fast. OSP a little bit quicker on the rollout than ANS. But ANS only has 3 sprinters. And then the 2 police break sections. But those are more like cap defense. They're not capping ships themselves. Really low ship count out of ANS. Notes has effectively 1 vessel with the way these are designed. This is just one group of frigate. Oh no, he's got them in pairs, separated, which is a little risky. I don't know if you're gonna have the point defense penetration to make those missiles pay off. It's a little surprising to see in the carrier era. Got the Pillar of Ascendancy doing a little bit of detection, spotting work with its track-correlated spyglass. What is this voxel, dude? Track correlators, spyglass. Yeah, it's quad TC spyglass. 2 reactors, 1 big whip for electricity. Yeah, and one of the track correlators instantly gets shot out. And this thing is going to die painfully here very shortly. It is eating a lot of 450 fire, 2 Acellas, 2 bulkers, and 2 other bulkers that could get in range. And none of all these internals are extremely fragile. This is not a combat ship. It can't be taking free shots like that. Throwing some jamming down the field, but the Acello is able to overcome that pretty trivially with their floodlights. OSP gets that early cap lead. And they are stacking up in the spot. Good spot on Gold Rush for OSP right here. They can control a ton of the map from this one location and can force ANS to cower and hide, especially if they can grab that alpha point, which I think they might be able to do. One sprinter came up here to try to grab it. It got sponked by missiles. Comet Flight stays up here and guides another one in. It could take it, but this is going to be a slow match. Both teams focusing on their big ships and points. It's going to be the opposite of what we've seen thus far in the tournament, with a lot of small ships, very dynamic gameplay. These groups have no interest in that. Floodlights just sort of being swamped all over the place. Oh boy. Where are these being launched? I'm not sure. I think they're trying to catch the shuttle again. Yeah, that's exactly what they're gonna do. But that is already dead. Bit of a points waste there. ARAD act and decoys on them. That's about $100 thrown in the garbage bin. Probably more like 50, but still though. And as it does get onto the Charlie point, Mimixine should be able to cap that pretty easily without any threat. More missiles being thrown out. Aerodac decoy. Yo, wait a minute. Arad act and decoy on a hybrid? What? Can I count? Yeah, oh yeah, never mind, yeah. I've gotten so used to people only using the S2H and just skimping out on the S3H that I forget what its internals are. Tug is damaged. Gonna get more damaged. Not in horrible state. What do you mean, what am I doing to the screen? I'm moving the camera around. What's the problem with that? Voxel eating another big volley of that 450 HE. Well, the bulkers have switched over to one of the Axfords. This range, if these are properly built, it's going to be hard to hit them. These are not properly built. That attrition is going to add up very quickly. These are not going to be able to orbit dodge. Yeah, and those are very quickly going to start attriting to that 450 fire. Now we've got 450 AP coming in. This, what is this? 3 Axfords versus 4 bulk freighters and 2 Acellos is in for a absolute world of pain, as we are already experiencing right now. Freighters can't dodge, but the Axfords can't either. Oh, the Raider Whip Dragon. And the team grabbing the alpha point. OSP is up by 50 though. And ANS is in kind of a tricky position here. But I have a feeling we're going to be experiencing a rather slow and steady game, as both teams shell each other. At least I got some appropriate music for the relaxed environment. We sip our tea, we observe the massive volume of 450 shells plunging directly into the hull of this Axford. He's gonna start being in trouble real quick. Looks like Misk is on the cap defense. Rending Blade Steals pushes on both Echo and Delta. Yeah, this is just refusing to go out, which is entirely understandable. Lag. Got murdered. I don't know if these sprint mines will actually work. No, a lot of folks have been having issues with getting mines to function. Where are these going? So another very expensive mistake there. Looks like a location that there might be ships in, so it's just blind launching missiles, but down here but the planes, oingo boingo, nothing down here but the planes. Really just comes down to these. Like the experts doing a pretty good job of doing the peek and shoot business to avoid fire as much as they can. And they seem to be coming out ahead, actually. The final order is taking a lot more damage in any of the Axfords. It's got fixed in the carrier patch. I thought they got broken in the carrier patch. I thought they were already fine and then the carrier patch fucked them. I don't know. Oh, right, that's what it is. Craft can trivially get rid of them. W ad break? What do you mean ad break? What is happening? Apparently there's an ad break happening. Fascinating. Did not know those would just happen on their own. To do something about that. Presumably people can't see or hear what's going on here, and that's not great. Just set up all my monetization stuff like an hour ago on Twitch, and I was like, they were like, hey, you got a lot of people, you could money from your streams. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. I guess I'm gonna have to go look at some settings because we don't want to get fucking ads in the middle of these casted games. Very important. Adequately solicited for sports betting. I'll need to change that. Sorry, folks. I'll look into fixing that during the break for the next game. That's being done automatically, and I'm not really sure how or why. Nah, no way it's mandatory. It's okay, you're not missing a whole lot. We got the boats shooting at each other from a million miles away. The Axfords are manually dodging a lot of this shit, which is amazing. Yeah, I know a lot of people run ads, but there's no way it's like... Yeah, that nose thruster block being gone is a bit of a problem. They'll leave, though, with the side thrusters. Meantime, it looks like one of the police frigs has been spotted. What is going on? By having a little bit of missile problems there. Oh, that's interesting. Not the first time we've seen something like that. This does some pretty heavy damage to one of those police frigs. Doesn't kill it, but knocks out the engine or the reactor. Yeah. Also yeeting some S2s at the other police frig. Damn shame those two weren't together. They really are supposed to be together. I don't think those are Weave S1s. I think we're just having disconnect issues or syncing issues or something. We've seen missiles do that sort of stuff before. Where they not where they jerk around a little bit, but a lot. How's the support voxel doing? That's Pillar of Ascendancy. It's a good name. Seems fine. One blank-up, one hang-up is... I don't know what the purpose of this is. That's not going to help. On Axfords, anyways. I guess it's good soft kill? You really need the balls for soft kill, man. There have been multiple decoy LNs. Okay, I finally figured out what's going on over here. Why I keep seeing a bunch of blue decoys on the map. It's because someone keeps launching decoy bulkers up here, and the Yubs keep firing missiles at it. And that is... wow, that is painful. I got a countdown at the top of my screen that says pre-roll-off, so I'm guessing that's what is going on. Could have done more reading before getting all this started, but unfortunately I'm just as illiterate as everybody I yell at for being illiterate. Vegeta ergo sum eating shit to a massive volume of 450 fire. This thing has drifted pretty close because this hole is a lot closer. The A hole is much closer than the A bumper over here. Come on, that's... Applause. Maybe there is required ad break. That's kind of lame. I don't like that. Or maybe there's just some auto setting somewhere that's running them. I hope it's the second one. Yeah, repeatedly peaking with these CHs, it's been cute, but I think they're steadily losing. And they've kind of hit that break point of reduced thrust. They're really fucked now. We do have a whole bunch of hybrids being thrown at a 9,000 points of OSP. Now, let's do a little thought exercise here. What happens when you throw a handful of missiles into a death ball of capitals. Oh, all the missiles get PD'd. Oh, wow, crazy. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if these get through. Got a strike coming in from 2 directions. Okay, that's 1 land. Nice, 1 single land on the pink. Running out of 450 gun. And all it costs was a couple 100 points. Very limited munitions. We saw this mistake being made in the last match. In fact, on Gold Rush, where ANS just kept throwing hybrids into blobs. Point defense, and you don't do that. Or no, it was on sticks. It was on sticks when that happened. Yeah. Big mistake.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
OSP has managed to get all the way over to the Bravo point. It looks like the capital blob is heading down towards the Alpha point on OSP's team. 1 naked Duncan Idaho versus a Torp Frig. Air Sprinter, rather. Oh, for a second I thought that was going to miss. I was going to lose my mind. Second Idaho down, Bravo secured. Yeah, you really do have to... Oh, man. You also need to have good communication. Can't be having 2 different players waste their missiles on the same target. I was not expecting vocals. There we go. Oh, that's because we're basically at the end of this soundtrack. Man, we must have listened to a ton in the warm-up section. Alright, Prey, been great. Thanks. We're going to Marathon. Oh, S2s. You need jamming or volume and probably both, or you can just drift out of the arc. That works too. Knocking out that soft kill option for this gun tug. Yeah, OSP taking their whole capital armada and throwing it into the middle of the map. It looks like they've stabilized before heading down to the Alpha point. I wanna see it. I wanna see all of this shit go and stand on this point, because that would be the most insane thing you could do, complete madness behavior. But it would also probably work given the composition of the ANS team. Another Duncan Idaho goes down. She's not dead, but she is out, at least for a little while. Gonna have to repair that up. That is not fast on a tug with a whopping 1 damage control team. Is it just sitting here? And OSP's ahead, I guess. Even if they aren't gaining an advantage, they're perfectly happy just camping out and being ahead. Getting into a position where the Axford's gonna get fucked. In fact, OSP's really making value by expending all these missiles on ANS's team. This is a very finite resource. Once these run out, they're out. They're gone. And Notes is stuck with 3,000 points worth of capping frigates. How many more you got in here, Chief? It's 12, 8, 4. 4. Okay, 4, 8, 8 and 8, 16, 16, 12 is 28, so it's 28 missiles on that thing. Dr. Blade's still eating another bombing run. These S1s. Purchase actually from Voodoo Flight. Neat. See those that often out of Barracudas. Although they are gonna lose some as they drift into the PD range of the Chess Urban here. Looks like one of the voxels and one of the Axfords is going for it. Unfortunately, it's at closer range, much closer range. So these 450 shells are all gonna land, even with the lower track quality. No more locks. It doesn't matter. Boingy, boingy, boingy. All that shit running right into the nose. Look at that. Wow. Oh, OSP is going for that alpha point. They've managed to roll one of Potato Master's tugs up here. In fact, a soft kill LRT tug. This is very expensive. You don't want to throw this away. Well, I guess with the SLS providing the locks, I don't need the LRT anymore. Fury getting annihilated while the rest of the ANS team sits. It's just big chillin' here up on top of the Gold Rush. I think Davenant might be going for that Delta point, trying to get into OSP's natural and capture it, but he's gonna lose all his offensive capability to do it. I don't think he's gonna make it. Oh my god. That is a lot of 450. We do have a hybrid strike out on the tug, and it gets down by the Acellos. I think this Ewar Voxel is going to make it. But this thing has no offensive armament. So it's got those S2s. Yeah, it's got a few S2s and S2Hs. So this could capture the point and prevent any of the cheap capping ships over here from dealing with it. That's still extremely expensive for what's gonna be minor gain. This is 3,000 points given away to capture OSP's natural for a probably short amount of time. Craft can't do anything about it, but those bulkers could get over there and crush that voxel. The missile strike, another pretty hard kill light show. Goose now starting to fight, but the OSP blob has had plenty of time to reorient. I think the Sarissa will handle the mines just fine. I guess it depends on the angle it comes in at. Both these ships experiencing the pain. The pain, the pain, the pain. Two nukes from the ANS Sprinters over on the Echo Bravo line. In fact, it looks like OSP might have a good in on the Bravo side of the map, because all that's really remaining is one police frig covering Charlie. The Voxel going after Delta, and it has made good time getting over here. Oh man, this thing is going to come around the corner and immediately get mined. Undertale and open TTD, yeah. I think that's a pretty good summation of Marathon. Predates both by a while. I don't remember when Trade Tycoon first release, but Marathon definitely came first. Yeah, that's a good summation with the thematicness of it all. This thing going nuclear. Now it's VLS2's popping. Alright, here come the mines. Here come the mines. Yeah, and the Sarissa handles that, no big deal. Missile strike here on this tug. This is kind of the main story right now. I know we've got a big gunfight going on the middle of the map, but it's painfully obvious who's going to win that. We have two Axfords versus 9,000 points of Volker and Ocello. If that's not one-sided, I don't know what is. Soft kill. I don't think this Voxel's going to be able to capture this point if these missiles keep missing like this. Wow. This thing's just going to be trapped back here on Delta, not really able to capture the point, not able to do anything. Looks like OSP has had enough waiting around. They're storming over the top of the map into ANS's spawn. I don't know. Engaging the Axfords at point-blank range. Look at that. How often do you see that kind of engagement? Holy shit. Yeah, it turns out sitting back and waiting for the game to go in your favor is not a very effective strategy. ANS kind of lost this one on rollout. Fleet design was also a little questionable. This voxel is just... This is just bad. Do this. Not a tournament game.
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Those Axfords peeking and popping out and hiding again. If you're gonna take the engagement, you really want to orbit dodge in the Axfords, but if you're pop-tarting, you're doing the LN's job for them. Giving them a very effective time firing versus time engaged ratio. On ANS, if you're playing Axfords, like dipping in and out of cover isn't really what you want to be doing. You want those guns firing. Voxel on Delta is gonna die. OSP is gonna grab Bravo, and they're gonna keep running over these Axfords. Oh boy. A little one-sided. A little one-sided.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
See, now would be the time to roll the ad. Because there is not a lot going on right now. Game's over. R1 strike. Yeah, here on the Pillars of Ascendancy. Now it's really gonna die to that 450. Oh my. Interesting. Yeah, there's got to be some sort of automatic thing happening then that I'm not aware of. Okay, looks like ANS is calling it. So I'm gonna start digging into that. I do not want ads running when I don't want ads running. I think that's fairly reasonable. Boom 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 boom. And if I can't control that, then I'll just unmonetize myself. That's fine. I'm not gonna have fucking ads rolling randomly and then disrupting like critical moments of the match. Absolutely not. Okay, well, I would go over the after action report, but we kind of don't need to. We know why that game went the way that it did. Yeah, the OVA wasn't able to do anything, kept throwing missiles away. The Axfords just took a bad fight and lost, and that was kind of the game.